Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So guys, I gotta say, I'm feeling a little under the weather today. I hope I can get through this video, to be honest. So just bear with me. I wanted to bring up the Bitcoin chart because new things are popping up every day. Tech Dev here brought this to our attention. Last time the Bitcoin 3-day candle prints looked this bad was about here. And so he's bringing up this chart with the 50-week SMA. And if you look down here, the RSI was fairly low, and we are seeing that similar pattern over here for the RSI as it's coming down. And look at that. So what it's suggesting is that we are supposed to see, and this is the 3-day candle snapshot, we are supposed to see a bit of an uptick. And when I bring up the chart, this is exactly what we're seeing. I mean, we are not seeing it so prominent. This is the 1-day outlook, but you guys can see a bit of a positive move up for Bitcoin right now. It's trading at about $47,000. Again, a slow slide down for the top cryptocurrency. We're still just waiting for that retracement to occur. And, that's hopefully when we're going to see the altcoins finally start popping off. That or Bitcoin could continue to go into a multi-year bull run. We could see another leg up as well into Q1 of 2022. Because right now, we're still making those higher lows and, the higher highs as well. Bitcoin did top out at $69,000. And just back in October, we did see a new high for Bitcoin at that time of about $67,000. So we're still just waiting and seeing. If I bring up XRP, XRP doing more of the same, 82.5 cents. Similar to yesterday. Look at that level there. Holding very, very tightly. Former resistance from 2018 has now been confirmed new support here in 2021. I'm going to keep going, guys. This from the Wrath Economy. Interesting Forte has released another report. The intersection of blockchain and gaming, largely focused on VC and NFTs. They do list Ripple on their crypto gaming market map now. Also, though it's not the same context, mention is made of the US securities ambiguity. So Wrath Economy just retweeting this tweet out from Forte. Following our blockchain market report published last week, we used PitchBook's data set to deep dive into the intersection between blockchain and gaming. Download the full report to learn more about key trends in infrastructure compliance and more. And guys, I will link this in the description if you are interested in Forte's new developments. Wrath Economy down here also just mentioning here is a redacted note of Ripple's inclusion. So you can see Ripple is listed there. I'm going to keep moving though, guys. T-Hobetic XRP posted this. This is from a couple of days ago now, but this has to do with Ripple customer Euronet. So Euronet's EEFT REN Jalen to enhance payments platform. Euronet Worldwide Inc.'s payments platform will be utilized by the largest state-owned bank switching network in Indonesia. PT Jalen Pembarian Nusantara, or we'll just call that Jalen. Studies suggest that 85% of customers in Southeast Asia were using digital payment platforms in the beginning of 2021. Digital payments became a much preferred option around the world because of its hassle-free cashless transactions that can be completed in a few simple steps. Of course, that was accelerated by the beer flu pandemic. With digital payments, people can avoid the risk of exposure to the beer flu, which I'm still getting over, by the way. So owing to demand for cashless payments from participant financial institutions, Jalen is set to adopt a platform modernization strategy that will enable it to launch services and improve the current offerings. Euronet and the REN platform were given the project after the RFT process. The financial transaction services player has the ability to boost Jalen and turn it into a digital enabler. The unveiling is expected to reduce fraudulent activities and connect individuals to financial and non-financial ecosystems. For dealing with large transaction volumes, Euronet is using the REN platform to support transaction switching from point-of-sale terminals, QR codes, and ATMs, as well as to activate digital wallets, etc. The services will be available through APIs as well. So this is big news for Indonesia, of course. They are already Ripple-enabled to some degree, but now with Euronet, a Ripple partner, we're seeing more of that take place in Indonesia. I wanted to thank T-Hobetic for posting that. And guys, the Solo airdrop is coming up fairly soon. If you guys still have some questions, XRP_Crow is a great resource for you, how to claim Solo and FAQ tokens. So here are just some resources. He does have a website at Stetus, or rather Stetus.hr, and I will link that in the description of this video. One of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today was the Sologenic DEX. And so this article is from a few months ago, but I thought I'd go over it one step closer to allowing users to trade tokenized stocks 24/7. So Sologenic announced the launch of the highly anticipated Sologenic decentralized exchange on the blazingly fast and secure blockchain, the XRP ledger, allowing users to trade cryptocurrencies and the upcoming tokenized assets such as stocks, ETFs, and the commodities from the top global exchanges 24/7 from every corner around the globe. So guys, everybody around the world will have access to this. The Sologenic DEX is an advanced decentralized trading platform that allows users to trade peer-to-peer any fraction of tokenized assets, Solo and XRP, while having custody of their private keys, which provides maximum security and trust. So this is also very, very important. You are still able to retain access of your private keys. You do not have to, relinquish any of your cryptocurrencies to an unsafe source. So you retain access to your private keys. Some of the features of the DEX: dynamic and fully customizable widgets in the trading terminal, professional charting tools with candles as low as 1 minute intervals, good for day traders or scalpers, removes barriers for entry for private, safe, and secure trading experience that is not controlled by any centralized entity. Guys, fees as low as 0.00005 of a penny. So the fees extremely low compared to any other type of platform that you would be able to trade on. Transaction finality about 3 seconds. Of course, it does run on the XRPL, so we are definitely going to see that speed there. Support for other wallets like Ledger and Sum. Support for several languages, different themes, so on and so forth. With the Sologenic DEX, users can safely manage their assets and trade on the DEX by connecting to the preferred wallets such as the Solo wallet, Ledger devices, Decent, Sum, and more are also going to be added, guys. And so here's just a screen grab of the sologenic.com website. And if you go to sologenic.org, you can access the DEX here. It gives you guys some options to continue, connect to multiple types of wallets. So if you guys scroll here, you can see just some examples of how you guys can lay out your own personal profile, customize personal layouts, create a custom market pairing. And guys, again, this is all happening on the XRPL. I should also mention that the Solo tokens that you guys will be receiving when you get your airdrop, they can be traded on many different platforms, including BitForex, HitBTC, the Sologenic DEX, of course, and soon we're going to see them available on Bitstamp, BITRUE, XMO, and KuCoin. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. I will leave links to both sologenic.org and sologenic.com in the description of this video if you guys are interested. I wanted to keep moving though, guys. With regards to the corruption at the SEC, these snakes think they are above the law, guys. This is from XRP Darren, retweeting out Tag's tweet here. It's a real quick clip. Listen to this.
I think, actually, before I get started, let me just on behalf of all of us sort of give the standard disclaimer that the remarks we give tonight are our own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Commission or the Commission staff. You okay with that?
It's really good to have good lawyers.
I mean, these guys are just laughing. Literally laughs every time they give their standard disclaimer, mentions Tag here. They don't mind screwing with your life. They think it's funny. Well, it's interesting. Real XRP Boy posted this, and this gentleman's name evades me at the moment, but he also describes a story about the SEC and his company's experience with what was going on. Listen to this.
We have begged them to tell us how we can follow the law, how we can, match these other companies that aren't getting this kind of that aren't getting these kinds of charges. We've literally begged the SEC, please tell us. I don't think we've done anything wrong, but we even said because hey, it's the government, they want to get their pound of flesh, and so we said, we'll cut you a check, we'll give you money, we'll give you 6 figures, 7 figures, but we need to know how we can operate legally. And their answer was, just give us the money, and it felt to me like if I gave them the money, they'd just charge me again in a year. They'd just come back in a year or another 2 years or whatever. And so that was part of why we didn't do it, is basically the only offer they would ever give us is give us a bunch of money, admit you did things that were wrong, and we won't even tell you how to do it right. And that's what's so crazy to me. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an inventor. This isn't my first time that I've started a startup. And for the government to say you're breaking the law, but we can't tell you how to follow it, it's like, how are people supposed to start businesses in this space? How are we supposed to be innovators? I mean, I love America. I want America to stay at the forefront of the cutting edge, and be that space where, we're doing the most inventive, the most creative. We're leading the world in terms of what we create. I like that America has done that historically, and it feels like in this climate, it's really hard to do that.
So here's yet another example, and I really wish I knew who this was. His name is evading me at the moment, and if you guys do know who this is, put it down in the comment section. But I think his story really just goes to show you that the SEC has a plan. They don't want to play ball with anybody other than the companies that they already have a vested interest in. And I mean, I think Ethereum is a very clear-cut example of that. Tag also brought this up. Has anyone looked more into the 2 no action letters the SEC issued along with the laughable framework paper their FinHub dictions put out? Here was a response from April of 2019, response to the Division of Corporate Finance with regards to Turnkey Jet Inc. Based on the facts presented, the division will not recommend enforcement action to the commission if, in reliance on your opinion as counsel that the tokens are not securities, TKJ offers and sells the tokens without registration under the Security Act and Exchange Act. Capitalized terms have the same meaning as defined in your letter. And so, guys, here are the points. TKJ will not use any funds from the token sales to develop the TKJ platform, network, or app. And each of these will be fully developed and operational at the time any tokens are sold. The tokens will be immediately usable for their intended functionality, purchasing air charter services at the time that they are sold. TKJ will restrict transfers of tokens to TKJ wallets only and not to wallets external to the platform. TKJ will sell tokens at a price of $1 USD per token, so essentially pegging them stable 1-to-1 to the USD throughout the life of the program. And each token will represent a TKJ obligation to supply air charter services at a value of $1 USD per token. If TKJ offers to repurchase tokens, it will only do so at a discount to the face value of the tokens, $1 USD per token, that the holder seeks to resell to TKJ unless the court within the United States orders TKJ to liquidate the tokens and the token is marketed in a manner that emphasizes the functionality of the token and not the potential for the increase in the market value of the token. So some pretty ridiculous terms here brought on by the SEC. And again, this was from back in April of 2019 to the Turnkey Jet Inc. company. And, basically stipulating the method in which they are obligated to sell their TKJ tokens back to whomever they decide to sell them to. Kind of ridiculous that they're saying they have to be pegged 1-to-1 to the USD. Of course, that is to prevent any type of investor benefit, any type of profit there. And Real XRP Boy, guys, posted this, a seasoned veteran. This clip was from 2006. Look how young Chris Larsen looks here. But it sounds as though Larsen was privy to what the SEC was going to do all these years ago. Listen to what he has to say. Listen closely.
I guess a couple things there. One, I think we took a lesson out of the PayPal sort of experience, and PayPal, I think, was famously, aggressive in their regulatory strategy. I mean, on purpose, and they definitely, that's why they won against the Citicorp and some of the other and the eBay, kind of a version of that. So we were very deliberate about that. We thought, look, if you get some really good attorneys, we brought on a general counsel right away. That was as important as the CTO in our case. So I actually brought him, my general counsel from eLoan, just a black belt in the area, none better. And he was a real creative legal guy. So, regulators won't tell you what you can do. I mean, you can go to the SEC and say, what do you think about this? Rarely are you going to get a no action letter, especially in these new categories. But what you can hope for is they're not going to shut you down right away. And in many cases, that's good enough. So get some good attorneys. You can get their opinions. Arm yourself. You need that to then take to the first question Jim's going to ask. Can you do this? And again, that's why we had to have that legal regulatory thing fixed first. I think Jim knows. Everybody knows you guys are going to probably figure out the technology, right? But can you do the regulatory? That had to come first. And I think that was a key lever in getting a good valuation, getting it off the ground as a concept, attracting our team. And then I think with some of the other experience at eLoan, we had worked a lot with consumer advocates The consumer advocates have a big influence on the regulators. At the end of the day, if you're doing something that's good for consumers, regulators will give you a lot more leeway, definitely, than if you're trying to really push things, screw people, especially in financial services where, most of the new innovative startups are run by crooks. I mean, these are really, really bad people doing bad things. So if you can introduce something like a PayPal or, something that's very positive, that's going to go a long way. And you can use that to good benefit.
So there you go, Chris Larsen, understanding, the SEC, they were going to run into some hurdles. But at that time, he thought, and he says it in this clip here, he thought that since Ripple was doing something good, since Ripple was doing something to benefit the client and to be transparent, and that, the fact that the industry was full of scammers, this must have been the OpenCoin project because this was 2006, so this was pre-Bitcoin, that he actually thought regulators would be open to help fostering these new startups. Fast forward to 2020, of course, the SEC, the landscape is different, but of course, even the SEC has proven that, that is just obviously not the case. So some interesting insight from a younger Chris Larsen here talking about the industry at that time, really hoping that there was going to be a bit of a different outcome. And guys, I gotta mention this from Craig Dewitt, proud to share, I've been selected as vice chair of the US Faster Payments Council for cross-border payments. So guys, Craig Dewitt, a Ripple employee, he's product development at Ripple Cryptocurrency, Stanford and Berkeley, Payburner and other projects discussed here are personal projects. So a connection to Ripple there, and a lot of people in the XRP community just demonstrating their congrats to Craig Dewitt for being selected as vice chair. And this bodes well. The US Faster Payments Council put this out, and DJ Peter Vass just reposting it here. All the money is coming. If we go down here, guys, financial institutions, state or federally chartered banks, credit unions, and brokerage firms or organizations that represent financial institutions that provide payment services to end users and clear the settled payments on their behalf. So that sounds like a whole lot of money to me. And as of yesterday, Craig Dewitt has been selected as the vice chair for the US Faster Payments Council. This, I believe this was from their website. I don't have a source here. Nevertheless, up here it does say the US Faster Payments Council, Inc. So despite the hiccups and, despite the fact that a young Chris Larsen at that time thought, hey, look, we just need to be compliant and the regulators will give us some leeway. Even though that was not the case, a lot of development is continuing to happen, guys, on the XRPL, including new developments from the Sologenic project. Of course, we got other companies around the world also building out using RippleNet. So 82 cents, just a temporary stop on the way up. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.